Hello everybody, Thomas here. Once again, welcome to SFF180. It is Monday, the 29th of February, 2016. Welcome to Leap Day. This is a leap year this year, and today is the leap day. So if you have not leapt at any point today, be sure to leap and express your appreciation of this leap day in that form, because that is what one does. Yes. Anyway, I hope you all had a great weekend. Decent stack of books this week. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7-ish or so. All kind of modest in size though, but a healthy number of titles. All right, so I think without further ado, we should get into them, except to say we have our shortlists. In case you missed the video a little earlier this morning, it is out for the BookTube SFF Awards, the second annual awards. We have picked our nominees based on what you guys nominated, what you voted for. So go and check that video out and then find out now what comes next after the shortlists are in, okay? So without further ado, let us dig into the pile of mail. Okay, so this first one is from Prometheus Books. It is a Pyre title. All right, this is the finished copy of Black City Saint by Richard Knack. This is it's kind of a noirish, maybe pre-noir. You see there's lots of, you know, definitely Art Deco-y styling here. But this is an urban fantasy in that sort of motif. Kind of similar to also a book that I had very recently here on the Mailbag, A Criminal Magic, which is kind of interesting. Sort of a Prohibition-era fantasy involving gangsters and crime and what have you. I might read them together because the timing on both of these is really fascinating. But anyway, Black City Saint comes out 1st of March. So it comes out this week, tomorrow. And it says, for more than 1,600 years, Nick Medea has followed and guarded the gate that keeps the mortal realm and that of fairy separate, seeking in vain absolution. Seeking in vain absolution. There we are, for the fatal errors he made when he slew the dragon. All the while he has tried and failed to keep the woman he loves from dying over and over. Yet in the 50 years since the night the dragon breathed over the city of Chicago, the gate has not only remained fixed, but open to the trespasses of the wild, the darkest of the fairy folk. Not only does that mean an evil resurrected from Nick's own past, but the reincarnation of his lost Cleolinda, a reincarnation destined once more to die. The gang war brewing between Prohibition bootleggers may be the least of his concerns. If Nick cannot prevent an old evil from opening the way between realms, then not only might Chicago face a fate worse than the Great Fire, but so will the rest of the mortal realm. Okay, so Richard Knack's Black City Saint comes out from Pyre tomorrow. And here is a little thing, looks like from Random Penguin. This is an arc for a book called The Demonists. The author is Thomas E. Snegoski? I do know that he is another urban fantasy author, so we've got some UF this week. This is a book that comes out on April the 5th. What's it about? Well, I'll tell you. It was supposed to be a simple exorcism, a publicity stunt to firmly establish John and Theodora's thriving paranormal investigation empire in the public eye. But something went wrong, leading to an on-air massacre that unleashed a malicious host. That shouldn't be a tongue twister, but for some reason it was. Of demons, and left Theodora catatonic, possessed by countless spirits. John sets out on a desperate quest to find a cure for his wife, but his obsession brings him face to face with an even more terrifying problem. Theodora's possession is only one piece of a deadly plot that is threatening the entire world, because an ancient evil is about to make Earth its battlefield, and without John and Theodora's intervention, there is no chance for salvation. Okay, so UF fans, Demonists comes out from Rock on April the 5th. And here we have a very, very teeny, lightweight package from Gallery Books, which is a Simon & Schuster imprint. They seem to do a lot of tie-in stuff and things like that. Ah, did somebody say tie-in stuff? Well, of course I did. It looks like it's a very new short novel by Matt Forbeck in the Halo series. If you're a Halo fan, Halo New Blood by Matt Forbeck. Comes out 15th of March. And let's see, I guess if there are any Halo fans in the crowd, this apparently is, yeah, does it say where it ties in? Well, I guess it's based on, it's a character, it's sort of dealing with a storyline that has been featured in some of the games, including the newest game, Halo 5. So, all right, Halo fans, when you're not, busy shooting your friends, you've got a story to read. Comes out March 15th from Matt Forbeck, Halo New Blood. Hey, this appears to be a small and very thin hardcover from Random Penguin. It wasn't a hardcover, but the package was really stiff, so it felt like one, darn it. But this is an ARC, and it's an ARC for a book. I really need to read this because the publicist at the time was like, hey, have you read it? Yes, sent me lots of emails, and I felt bad for not following up, and then things got caught up like they were. All right, anyway, what's the book? It's called Supernova by C.A. Higgins. It's book 2 in the Lightless trilogy. First book was Lightless, of course. C.A. Higgins is a very, very young, like early 20s, I guess getting her PhD or something like that in physics from Cornell. Or no, she got her BA in physics from Cornell, so I guess I guess she is currently pursuing her PhD in that field. So scientifically trained writer doing hard SF. This is hard SF, if you've been missing that. Anyway, with high-caliber scientific speculation informed by a degree in physics, 25-year-old C.A. Higgins spun an unforgettable locked spaceship tale in her well-received debut Lightless and now Supernova. It's been a long weekend. Heightens the thrills and deepens the haunting exploration of technology and humanity and the consequences that await when the two intersect. And I can't read any more, so as to avoid spoilers, but Supernova comes out this summer, July 26th. Let me know if you want me to bump Lightless up the review queue. Okay, another random penguin title, and it is... What is it? What is it? Okay, everyone, this is a book called Fallout, and before you go, what? No, it's got nothing to do with the game, unlike the Halo book. Nothing to do with it whatsoever. This is the sequel to a book called Bombs Away. It's by that alternate history guy, Harry Turtledove. And this comes out July the 19th. So, like I said, the sequel to Bombs Away. One act of folly, one poor decision, one moment of rage, and you end up with a Harry Turtledove book. Let's see. The unthinkable has come to pass. The Cold War turns hot, and the United States and the Soviet Union unleash their nuclear arsenals upon each other. Millions die. Millions more are displaced. Germans battle side by side with Americans. Polish freedom fighters next to Russian fascists. Lions and tigers and bears and dogs and cats living together. Holy shit. The genie is out of the bottle, and there's no telling what fresh hell will come next. Well, it's called Fallout, apparently. And it comes out July the 19th for all you alternate history buffs. Okay, and moving down the list. Oh, okay. Well, I wonder what's in this package. Got no clue. None. Why, what an unexpected surprise. It's The Ark for Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. This book comes out April 26th, day before my birthday. And this was a book on my most anticipated list for 2016. If you haven't watched that video, what is wrong with you? Go and do that immediately. But this is a book about, let's see, what started as a bedtime story for his son. To accompany the robot figurines they made together became an amazing debut novel. See, that's how all writers should work. A thriller fueled by a quest for truth and by a struggle for controlling earth-shaking power. Told through interviews, journal entries, and transcripts, Sleeping Giants is one of those books you fly through, unable to put down until you've turned the last page. It's not very long either, not very thick. 17 years ago, a young girl named Rose fell through the earth and found herself in the palm of a giant metal hand. Now she is a high-level physicist, leading a top-secret team tasked with solving the mystery of the bizarre artifact. The object's origins, architects, and purpose are still unknown, but some can never stop searching for answers. Once the pieces of the puzzle are in place, will the result be an instrument of lasting peace or a weapon of mass destruction? Well, we will find out on April the 26th. But Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel, let me know in the comments. Yeah, this looks like it'll be a pretty quick blowout read. So, yeah, right at 300 pages. Okay, cool. And last but not least, we have a reasonably chunky, one reasonably thick-looking random penguin package. So let's see what it is. Okay, well, my expectations were just tossed out the window because that was not one big book, but two. We have first here a new trade paperback from Daw by Tanya Huff. It's called Wizard of the Grove, and it is it's an omnibus. It's a bind-up of two earlier books that she wrote, a book called Child of the Grove and The Last Wizard. It's a sequel, so this is a new reprint, omnibus reprint of some earlier work by Tanya Huff. In the Age of Gods, dwarves, centaurs, and the other elder races roamed the lands freely, and the race of mortals was created as a mere plaything for Lord Death. And then it goes on in that fashion, so you know that this is very much that kind of high traditional fantasy that you'll really love if you're into Mercedes Lackey and folks like that. So, Wizard of the Grove from Daw, and this looks kind of neat. It's a new fantasy. Contemporary fantasy cover looks very sort of Hollywood postery there, but it's called The Reburialists, and this is a new book by J.C. Nelson, who I think has done like lots of UF before this of a very, kind of vampire-y nature, which isn't really my thing, but this looked interesting. It says, burying the dead is easy, keeping them down is difficult. At the Bureau of Special Investigations, field operatives encounter all sorts of paranormal evils, so for Operative Briner Carson, driving a stake through the rampaging 3-week-old corpse is par for the course. Except this cadaver is different. It's talking, and it has a message about Brenner's father, Heinrich. Guy owes me money, god damn it. The reanimated Stiff delivers an ultimatum written in bloody hieroglyphics, and BSI senior analyst Grace Roberts is called in to translate. It seems that this all just sounds like a TV pitch, doesn't it? It seems that Heinrich Carson stole the heart of Ra Ame. R-A-A-M-E. Should have been easy to read, Wagner, come on. The long-dead god of the Reanimus. She wants it back. The only problem is that Heinrich took the secret of its location to his grave. With the arrival of Rami, with the arrival of Rami looming and her undead army wreaking havoc, Brenner and Grace must race to find the key to stopping her. It's a race they can't afford to lose, but then again, it's just another day on the job for the Reburialists. Right, by J.C. Nelson, coming out from Random Penguin. Okay, anyway, that's it. That's the mailbag for this leap day, February 29th. So, you know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these books looks most interesting and exciting to you, or which you want to see me prioritize in the review queue. And otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, slam that like button. Share the video far and wide with everyone you know who reads SFF. And above all, if you have not done so, please subscribe. That is how my lovely channel grows, with the help of all of you lovely people. All right? Until I see you guys next time, happy reading.